Hey everyone, Travis here on day 3 of the quarterfinals in Busan, Korea for the World Championships. The year is 2014, just in case you got confused with the different World Championships. I'm joined by Charlie of Cloud9. Charlie, for those who are like, that guy's talking about Cloud9, can you explain what you do with the team?
I guess I'm like the coach of Cloud9, and I pretty much help them practice, help them get through their day, playing League every day for the last 10 months or so.
So are you solely responsible for the fact that they are here at Worlds?
No, because I wouldn't take anything from my players. They're all really great and they work really hard.
Very good. Well, let's get into this discussion because there's a lot of discussion around, what coaches do for North American, specifically teams, somewhat in Europe as well. Lots of discussion around that versus like Korea and China. So first off, do you think that you're able to, well, first off, how did you get involved in the coaching of the team?
I had a really good friend named Clement Chu. He was working with NIP at the time back when they were in the SS. And he pretty much recommended me to people because he thought I was really good and told me I should give it a shot. So I did. Then I ended up working with a couple EU challenger teams and eventually met up with the Cloud9 EU, which is where I met Jack. And then after a short while, Jack asked me to join the main team, the NA team, and been with them ever since.
What do you think, what type of value do you provide to the Cloud9 players as a coach?
Besides just in-game information, like morale, the way they talk to each other, communication, dispute arguments, things like that. That's that right?
Yeah. You help in arguments and disputes. Well, let's delve into a little bit more of that specifically because a lot of people talked about CLG and their coaching situation, Monte Cristo recently leaving, and just this idea that like they needed. Sorry, there's like a randomly large Korean fly attacking you right now. This is an action-packed interview. That is hilarious. What is that thing? This is hilarious.
This is why I don't do interviews with you.
Because you get attacked by random Korean like animal life?
It's always something.
It was a very strange moment for me. I've never really had that happen in an interview. Charlie, you're quite the interesting fellow. Anyway, yeah. So lots of people talking about that, and this idea of like, oh, you need like a coach to help settle all these arguments and these disputes and keep the players honest with each other. Are there moments where like players on Cloud9 get into it with each other, and then you have to come in and be like, hey guys, break it up, break it up?
Yeah, it happens often. It happens with every team. We just don't make it public like some teams do. We just solve it at the moment, and we get over it.
I know you're the one moderating all that then.
For the most part, yeah.
And like, is that as important of a service that you provide to the team as the in-game analysis and that kind of thing?
I think it's the most important thing, because the last thing you want is a team to start resenting each other. That's where a team starts to fall apart.
As a Western coach, how much insight do you have into the coaching methods and tactics that the Chinese and Korean teams use?
I speak Mandarin. I actually know a good number of people in China, so I taught them a little bit about it. They're normally a lot tougher on their players. As far as Koreans go, I don't really know anyone besides Loco. Till this bootcamp, I've actually met a lot of the coaches from a lot of the top teams, especially like Samsung and Najin coach. I've been talking to them a bit, so I'm learning a bit.
Have you? Yeah, I know. Obviously, you speak Mandarin. You don't speak Korean necessarily, but have you been able to get insight into the differences between your coaching methods and theirs?
Not too much. We've been more focused on the game than having time for me to do that. But I'm planning to research more and talk to them more during break, and to see what we can do to improve.
There's so much discussion around, why NA and EU are behind China and Korea, specifically Korea. and a lot of people say it's a support staff situation. How much of the fact that they're behind do you think is attributed to the fact that most NA teams don't have the coaching system that Korea has?
I actually don't think it's all about the support staff. I think a lot of it comes down to the players. I feel the Western players are not as they're not as mature as some of the players in Korea, because in Korean society they respect their elders a lot more. So there's that levels of authority. So they'll listen to them more, and in the Western scene it's a bit different. So because there's not that infrastructure that built up for years, so people tend to be more friendly instead of just authority figure.
Kind of speaking along the lines of authority and respect, one of the things that I've noticed among pro players is that they don't always have the greatest respect for authority. They don't always have the greatest respect, especially when it comes to people making ideas about, or suggesting things about League of Legends or whatever. They tend to oftentimes think that they know more than anyone else about the game. How did you earn the respect of Cloud9, or how did you manage to get to the point where they would respect your opinion on different things and also help mediate their disputes?
As far as the disputes go, I'm pretty much like the outsider, so I look at things from the whole picture, so they would trust my opinions more because I'm not biased. And as far as gameplay goes, show them facts, examples. This is how it should be done, here's what it looks like, and this is what you did wrong, like that.
There's a rumor that Scar is going to be coaching CLG, and then earlier he commented, I guess while streaming, that it was one of a couple different options open to him. Presumably, he basically implied it. What do you think about the idea of Scar coaching CLG? Do you think that would be good for the team, and ideas of Scar as a coach?
I like Scar a lot, and I definitely think he'll make a good coach, especially for a team like CLG. As far as I know, they're kind of I don't even know their situation, but as far as I'm assuming, it's kind of broken down. They're building themselves back up. And I think Scar has a lot to contribute for that team. I think it'll be really good.
Very good. Anything that you want to say here at the end to any aspiring people who would be interested in becoming some part of a support staff, maybe even a coach? As somebody who has led a team to the World Championships.
Work hard, do a lot of research, be open up to new ideas, and just keep trying.
Thank you so much, Charlie, for the interview. Really good to get the insight into maybe parts of a team that aren't just the players. So thank you so much, and congratulations on you guys making it to quarters. Hopefully you guys make it even further next year. What is that head nodding, shaking thing?
Congratulations that we got 1-3.
Congratulations that you made it this far. There are teams who didn't even make it to the playoffs in North America.
One.
I know. What? Yes, I know. I'm talking about the fact I was congratulating you on Cloud9's what many would consider pretty successful run this year.
We can always do better.
Well, there you go. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things Worlds at ongamers.com.